Hi, Donna Greenberg and Michael Tierson. I'm Raleigh Brown, and this is a Sunday morning edition of Curve Flattening Concerts. I'm here to just sing a few nice songs for you and play a beautiful instrumental. Not saying I'm beautiful, but the instrumental, the tune itself is beautiful. Although I try to beautify myself as much as I can before I come on, obviously. So there we go. These are kind of songs from the 20th century, late 20th century, I think. And one of them might even be written in the 21st, but I don't think so. I think it's late 20th. So this first one is written by, and they're of varying fame, I might say. Like there's one that almost everybody will have heard, and there's one that some of you will have heard, and there's one that a few of you will have heard. And you can figure out which one is which. Ha. So this first one is by my old friend Jeff Bartley. Jeff lives up in Boston and is a great guitar player, great singer, and a great songwriter. And has run an open mic at a place called the Can Tab for decades. He's an institution unto himself up there. And this is his song called One Kind Word. I know a man, he never says a word. He strums his old Gibson, he sings like a bird. The dreams in his head are almost gone. The times keep changing as the years wear on, and it don't take much to wag my tail. Give me hard-boiled eggs, a little beer in a pail. You gotta work pretty hard to drive me away with one kind word, and I will stay. Driving in my car, I travel all around, at least I used to. Get up on the stage here in your town. I used to chase all the women, I guess I still do. But love is best when it's tender and true, and it don't take much to wag my tail. Give me hard-boiled eggs, a little beer in a pail. You gotta work pretty hard to drive me away, but one kind word, and I will stay. All night and I sleep all day. People ask me how I live this way. Well, I don't call it living, I call it just getting by. If I had the ambition, I'd be a hell of a guy. And I'm about half crazy at the end of my chain. Nobody knows how I stand the strain. If you treat me hard, I might turn mean. I'm at my best when times get lean, and it don't take much to wag my tail. Give me hard-boiled eggs, a little beer in a pail. Gotta work pretty hard to drive me away, but one kind word, and I will stay. One kind word, and I will stay. Jeff Bartley's song "One Kind Favor," and I first heard that song on a CD by my friends David Fishkin and Buffy Groves, and I think the CD was called "Into the West." Really, really good CD. I don't know if you could find it anywhere, but Buffy actually sang a couple of great jazz standards on an album I did called "Songbirds," which you could find at the Raleigh Brown store at raleigh.brown.com. Let me kind of say hello here. Hi, Charlie Ortolani and Sarah Steele and Tom Dietz and Mike Verbeck and Aretta Wauk. And Carol Pratt and Lita Shapiro and Sharon Saki Lips, I know your real name, and Debbie Lipster of Asayo, all the way from Spain, and Michael Tierson, I said, and my lovely wife, Janice McKenzie. She's upstairs monitoring things from up there, maybe keeping the dog out of my hair. No, the dog is down here. Suki is laying over on her little place. Hey, Dennis Lloyd, Michael Jolly. And and first on my list here on these chat was Kit Sirikaku, who wrote in yesterday. So Kit's in Oahu, so it's 4 in the morning for her right now, and but she really loves to hear her name mentioned. So a shout out to Kit. I know she'll be listening later. So a couple other things. I'll do another song first, and then I'll talk at you a little bit. So this one is written by Danny O'Keefe, great songwriter. And this is probably his hit. Although he has a couple other songs that got some traction. Jackson Browne recorded one called The Road. Here we go. Everybody's gone away. It seems they're moving to LA. There ain't a soul I know around. Everybody's leaving town. Some caught a freight, some caught a plane. Find the sunshine, leave the rain. They say this town will waste your time. I guess they're right, 'cause it's wasted mine. Some gotta win, some gotta lose. And good time Charlie's got the blues. You know, my heart keeps telling me you ain't no kid at 33. Play around and you lose your wife. You play too hard and you lose your life. I got my pills to ease the pain. Can't find a thing to ease the rain. I'd like to try and settle down, but everybody's leaving town. Some gotta win, some gotta lose. And good time Charlie's got the blues. got my pills to ease the pain. Can't find a thing to ease this rain. I'd like to try and settle down, but everybody's leaving town. Some gotta win, some gotta lose, and good time Charlie's got the blues. Danny O'Keefe, Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. I saw the name of Kate Fordresher on there, and she's the wife of my dear old friend Jim Moore, so they're here. And Diane Holbrook's here, all kinds of wonderful people. So some familiar names, some unfamiliar names. Greg Scott, hey man, how are you doing? And Cindy Glorioso, Mike Verbeek. It's a lovely morning here in Pennsylvania, but hot as hell. The dog has been walked. Things are moving along apace. So before I do my instrumental for you, mention a couple things. I want to talk a little bit about this guitar. You know, every so often somebody writes to me because they see the headstock and it doesn't say Martin and it doesn't say Gibson, and they want to know. Here's Suki's butt. There's Suki's head. You can see it there. And it's wet. Ugh, she was in the creek. This guitar was built by Mario Proulx, P-R-O-U-L-X. And Mario lives up in northern Ontario. Great guy, and builds wonderful guitars. I'll tell you what happened is years and years ago, we heard he built guitars. We being people on this listserv, remember listservs? Called Flatpick List. And a bunch of us said, well, I wonder what his guitars are like. So I think 6 of us or 8 of us chipped in. And we each chipped in, a few $100 and bought a guitar from him that we then time shared. We shipped it around the country. Each person kept it for 6 weeks, and then shipped it on to the next guy on the list. At the end of the year, I think everybody on the list bought a guitar from him. Just beautiful sounding instruments, and subsequently, because people see my little Sunburst guitar too, that's also a Proulx. And subsequently, Mario and I collaborated on a design for a fingerstyle guitar. This is called an OMD. It's kind of halfway between a dreadnought and an orchestra model. For those who don't know anything about guitars, that means halfway between those big square-shouldered guitars that you see Crosby, Stills, and Nash playing, and a smaller-bodied guitar that has a little better balance, but maybe not quite as much volume. But this guitar has both volume, balance, the whole schmear. So ProuxGuitars.com, you could go check him out. He usually has a kind of waiting list going on, so but who knows. So next up, this is a beautiful, beautiful instrumental which I first heard by a boys' choir as part of the soundtrack to Chariots of Fire. And actually the lyric Chariot of Fire is included here. You can go find it online. I don't sing it, and because it's not my kind of thing. But it was written by Sir Hugh Perry, who wrote it under commission for lyrics that were a poem by William Blake. And the poem was about whether, it's not actually a hymn, but it's about whether Jesus, during his missing years, might have actually gone to England. Who knows? It could have happened. And you can find choirs singing it online. It's a gorgeous piece of music, so I'm going to play it for you now. Oh, it's called, the name, there's a fuller name which I forget right now, If Jesus Trod on These Emerald Lands or something like that. But it's usually just called Jerusalem. There it is, Jerusalem, and a particularly active Suki today. She's like marching around here. It's interesting about that tune. It was originally the organization that commissioned it. Suki just pulled the plug out of my computer. Hang on. The organization that commissioned it was a kind of nationalistic Britain first here organization, and he was not down with that, so he cut all ties with them, and eventually it was picked up by the British women's suffrage movement, and it became a theme for the women's suffrage movement. So when I heard about that nationalist thing, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And then I heard that, and I said, oh, good, I'll do it. And I see David Ratcliffe is here from England. I told him he would know this song. And it's been a kind of flat picky day for me today. I didn't intend it that way, but it just figures everything except Jerusalem is a tune I play with a flat pick. Now, this is the last song for today. Cozy Sheridan and Charlie Koch will be doing a concert Tuesday morning at 10:30. I highly recommend going to hear them. My buddy Alex Bevan is not streaming tomorrow, but he might be streaming on Wednesday at 3:30. Frank Fatuski, who is a great blues guitarist, really kind of really good country blues, he does a stream on Wednesday evenings, and you might check that out at some point too. There is a PayPal link here, so if you want to help support the cause a little bit, we're not exactly rolling in dough these days, and like that. I think that's everything I have to say. I will be back on Tuesday at 3 o'clock, and my friends Charlie Ortolani and Melissa Fleming and Cozy Sheridan have urged me to do a song I wrote, and if you guys are listening, I may do that on Tuesday. We'll see. Okay. Not the song I wrote that I did yesterday, but another song I wrote, a darker song that I wrote. anyhow, this is not a particularly dark song. It's written by a guy named David Ray, R-E-A, and he was actually from right near where I grew up. He was from Cuyahoga Falls, which in Ohio, which is near Kent, Ohio, which is where I went to college, which is not that far from Euclid, Ohio, which is where I grew up, and where many of the people who listen on this these little concerts went to high school with me. Debbie Lipster and Carol Pratt and Cindy Glorioso, and I don't think Burks Oakley is here today, but he's usually here, and others. Look at that little face. Okay. She's a very needy dog today. So anyhow, it's a great song, and it's a song about being addicted to the guitar, actually. So it fits right in with me. David Ray's Maverick Child. I woke up this morning, and what did I find? The snow was on the rooftops, pretty women on my mind. Long after midnight and long before day, I just picked up this old guitar to teach it songs to drive these blues away. 'Cause I'm just a maverick child, I'm young and running wild. Remember that you once were just the same. And I ain't got nobody now to show me wrong from right. And all my wisest teachers were just a stumbling in the night. And I ain't got nobody now to show me right from wrong. It's all the same, I sit this way and watch my shadow dancing upon the wall. 'Cause I'm just a maverick child, I'm young, running wild. Remember that you once were just the same. Don't pretend that you understand to know just what it's right. To rent a $16 room, lie awake all night, and if my habit's worse than whiskey, and supposing that you're right, at least it helps to drive away these things that come and stare at me at night. 'Cause I'm just a maverick child, I'm young and running wild. Remember that you once were just the same. Once there was a blue-eyed boy with golden curly head. His mama sang him songs and then she tucked him into bed. And now he sits in silence and he listens at the night, staring at the ceiling as he tries to freeze his fancies in their flight. 'Cause he's just a maverick child, young and running wild. Remember that you once were just the same. David Ray, Maverick Child. So thank you so much for tuning in. You know, I love all you guys and appreciate your support and sharing this time with you, because that's really what it's about, is a kind of community that sticks together and reminds ourselves that the world can be a better place. Wear a mask when it's appropriate. Stay safe, stay sane. If you get cranky, take a nap. And I will hopefully see you guys on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Bye-bye.